Born in a town I couldn't wait to leave before the dust had settled. Never could stay planted, every anchor felt like shackles. Packed the truck at 19 with a tank half full of want. Tumbleweed heart, that's always been my tone. The wind picks up and something in me answers every time. Tumbleweed heart, I can't outrun my own design. Tumbleweed heart, rolling with the weather. Tumbleweed heart, can't hold it all together. Touchdown here, blow through there, never stay for long. Tumbleweed heart, that's been my whole life song. That's been my whole life song. I've loved 3 women in 3 different states along the way. Each one good enough to stay for, I left anyway. Not because they weren't enough, Lord, they were more than right. Tumbleweed heart, it blew me out in the night. The wind picks up and something in me answers every time. Tumbleweed heart, I can't outrun my own design. Tumbleweed heart, rolling with the weather. Tumbleweed heart, can't hold it all together. Touchdown here, blow through there, never stay for long. Tumbleweed heart, that's been my whole life song. That's been my whole life song. Sometimes I pull the truck over on a quiet stretch of road and ask myself if all this rolling is a freedom or a load. The honest answer scares me more than any town I've left. Tumbleweed heart, I've been running from myself. Tumbleweed heart, rolling with the weather. Tumbleweed heart, can't hold it all together. Touchdown here, blow through there, never stay for long. Tumbleweed heart, that's been my whole life song. But the road gets lonelier the longer that you're on it, tumbleweed heart, and I wonder if I've lost it, the chance to root somewhere to finally belong. Tumbleweed heart, that's been my whole life song. I leave when the coffee starts to taste like home. I leave when I know the neighbor's name and the barber has my tone. I leave right at the point where leaving's gonna cost. Dust and moving on, the only language I've got. It's not that the place is wrong, it's that the right is what I fear. Dust and moving on before I wanna stay right here. Dust and moving native tongue. Dust and moving on, been this way since I was young. Can't explain the running, can't explain the road. Dust and moving on, it's the only thing I know, the only thing I've ever known. She asked me why I'd booked the truck before she'd finished what she'd say. I said the road don't wait. She said neither does the day. You could just stay for once and see what staying feels like. Dust and moving on, I drove into the night. It's not that the place is wrong, it's that the ride is what I fear. Dust and moving on before I wanna stay right here. Dust and moving on, that's my native tongue. Dust and moving on, been this way since I was young. Can't explain the running, can't explain the road. Dust and moving on, it's the only thing I know, the only thing I've ever known. 40 miles out, I thought about what she had said about staying and the seeing. Played it over in my head. Didn't turn around, but I drove a little slower than I had. Dust and moving on, getting harder, getting sad. Dust and moving on, that's my native tongue. Dust and moving on, been this way since I was young. Can't explain the running, can't explain the road. Dust and moving on, it's the only thing I know. Maybe one day the dust will settle on a place that holds me fast. Dust and moving on, Lord, I hope I'm running out of gas. The only thing I've ever known. Dust and moving on, the only thing I've known. She blew into that honky-tonk on a Wednesday in July. Hair like a storm coming, laugh like the 4th of July. I knew she was the kind of woman who would change the whole address of everything I thought I was. She was wildfire, nothing less. You don't negotiate with wildfire, you just burn or you run. She was a wildfire, Lord, I was the one. She was a wildfire, beautiful and brief. She was a wildfire, gone before I could believe. 3 months of everything, and then she took the wind and left. She was a wildfire, Lord, she took my breath. She took my breath away. We burned through 7 states in August in her Silverado truck. No destination, just the burning and the luck of finding someone else whose heart was built the rolling He took my breath away. Tucson taught me that the desert has a beauty in the bone. Reno taught me that a lucky night is not a home. Memphis gave me music and a heartbreak in the rain. Every town has a leaving story, everyone did the same. I didn't leave because they failed me, most of them were fine. Every town has a leaving story, the leaving part was mine. Every town has a leaving story, every road has its end. Every face that saw me off was someone I could have called a friend. If I'd stayed long enough to earn it, if I'd stayed at all. Every town has a leaving story, that's the life I've drawn. That's the life I've drawn. Nashville tried to keep me with a woman and a song. Denver held me through a winter, but the spring said move along. Portland made me wonder if the wandering was wrong. Every town has a leaving story, been singing it so long. I didn't leave because they failed me, most of them were fine. Every town has a leaving story, the leaving part was mine. Every town has a leaving story, every road has its end. Every face that saw me off was someone I could have called a friend. If I'd stayed long enough to earn it, if I'd stayed at all. That's the life I've drawn. I keep a list of all the places in a notebook in the dash, the names and dates and one good memory before I made my dash. For the highway and the next horizon and the open unknown. Every town has a leaving story, none of them were home. Every town has a leaving story, every road has its end. Every face that saw me off was someone I could have called a friend. If I'd stayed long enough to earn it, if I'd stayed at all. Every town has a leaving story, that's the life I've drawn. Maybe someday I'll write one where the leaving never comes. Every town has a leaving story, except the right one. That's the life I've drawn. Every town until the right one. Don't go blaming every town for what the road has made of you. Don't go blaming every woman for the leaving that you do. You picked this life with open eyes, the freedom and the cost. The wind don't owe you nothing for what rolling made you lost. You chose the open highway over the front porch and the chair. The wind don't owe you nothing, it just takes you there. The wind don't owe you nothing, it just blows. The wind don't owe you nothing for wherever that wind goes. You can't blame the weather for the harvest that you missed. The wind don't owe you nothing, you knew this. You always knew this. The loneliness at 40 on a highway in the dark ain't the road's fault, and it ain't the leading's fault. It's art you chose, and that's the part that hurts the most to say. The wind don't owe you nothing on the life you made. You chose the open highway over the front porch and the chair. The wind don't owe you nothing, it just takes you there. The wind don't owe you nothing, it just blows. The wind don't owe you nothing for wherever that wind goes. You can't blame the weather for the harvest that you missed. The wind don't owe you nothing, you knew this. But owning it don't mean you have to keep on paying it forever. Owning it means knowing you can put the wheels in a different gear. The wind don't owe you nothing, but you owe yourself the truth. The wind don't owe you nothing, but the road ain't through. The wind don't owe you nothing, it just blows. The wind don't owe you nothing for wherever that wind goes. You can't blame the weather for the harvest that you missed. The wind don't owe you nothing, you this. You always knew this. So now here's the question left. The wind don't owe you nothing, what do you owe yourself? You always knew this. The wind don't owe you, what do you owe yourself? The adobe walls and the turquoise sky and the woman with the garden did something to me that no town had ever managed to start in. 3 months became 6 and 6 became a year. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, almost settled here. She never asked me to stay, she just made staying seem possible. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, it was that beautiful. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, almost let the rolling stop. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, almost gave it everything I've got. The mountains and the mazer and the woman and the sky. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, Lord, I don't know why. I don't know why I left. loaded up in April when the desert bloomed in red. She stood in the garden with her coffee and she said, "The door will be unlocked if you ever find your way back through." Almost stayed in Santa Fe, almost chose you. She never asked me to stay, she just made staying seem possible. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, it was that beautiful. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, almost let the rolling stop. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, almost gave it everything I've got. The mountains and the mesa, and the woman and the sky. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, Lord, I don't know why. I don't know why I left. I drove through once again last October just to see. The garden was still there and the door was still for me. I sat outside a long while with the engine running low. I almost stayed in Santa Fe, Lord, I almost didn't go. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, almost let the rolling stop. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, almost gave it everything I've got. The mountains and the mesa, and the woman and the sky. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, and I finally asked myself why. I turned around and went back up that adobe drive. Almost stayed in Santa Fe, Lord, this time I ride. I don't know why I left. Almost stayed. I went back, I finally arrived. My mama watched me go from the porch at 17. The look on her face, somewhere between proud and something I've since seen. In every face I've left along the way across these years, the ones who watch me go, I still owe them tears. I was too young to know the weight that watching someone go puts down. The ones who watch me go, they stayed and held the ground. The ones who watched me go, they're still out there somewhere. The ones who watched me go, still breathing their own air, living all the life I passed through on my rolling way. The ones who watched me go, I think about them every day. I think about them every day. Tommy watched me go from the parking lot in Austin with a beer. Said, "You'll be back." I said, "Of course." It's been 11 years. Maria watched me go at dawn with her hands on the door frame there. ones who watched me go, they gave me something I didn't spare. I was too young to know the weight that watching someone go puts down. The ones who watched me go, they stayed and held the ground. The ones who watched me go, they're still out there somewhere. The ones who watched me go, still breathing their own air, living all the life I passed through on my rolling way. The ones who watched me go, I think about them every day. I wanna call them all up, one by one across the time, tell them that the rolling had a reason, and it wasn't them, it's mine. And whatever they went on to build while I was gone from view, I'm glad somebody stayed, I'm glad it was you. The ones who watched me go, they're still out there somewhere. The ones who watched me go, still breathing their own air, living all the life I passed through on my rolling way. The ones who watched me go, I think about them every day. Mama, Tommy, Maria, Lord, there's more names than I can say. The ones who watch me go, I'm coming back someday. I think about them every day. The ones who watched me go, I'm coming back someday. Never had a church I called my own, just the open road. Found the holy in the highway in the morning breaking through. Every state line was a sermon, and every creek was the phone. Rolling Stone gospel, that's the faith that I've got. Don't need stained glass when the sky's already colored in. Rolling Stone gospel, Lord, I'm gathered back to Him. Rolling Stone gospel, preached from the front seat. Rolling Stone gospel, Lord, it's got its own beat. The congregation's the horizon, and the hymn's the engine hum. Rolling Stone gospel, Lord, I know where I'm from, I know who I'm from. I've prayed in parking lots and desert pullouts in the dawn. I felt the spirit in the fiddle of a honky-tonk had gone midnight on. The Lord don't only live in buildings with a steeple and a bell. Rolling Stone gospel, He's on the road as well. Don't need stained glass when the sky's already colored in. Rolling Stone gospel, Lord, I'm gathered back to Him. Rolling Stone gospel, preached from the front seat. Rolling Stone gospel, Lord, it's got its own beat. The congregation's the horizon, Stone gospel, preach from the front seat. Rolling Stone gospel, Lord, it's got its own beat. The congregation's the horizon, and the hymn's the engine hum. Rolling Stone gospel, Lord, I know where I'm from. I know who I'm from. And wherever this road ends, Lord, I know I'm heading home. Rolling Stone gospel, I'm never rolling alone. I know who I'm from. Rolling Stone gospel, I'm never rolling alone. I've been through 47 towns by my last count. Everyone taught me something I could live without. Until this one feels like the ending of a trail. The last town I'll ever leave, I can finally exhale. Something here caught the tumbleweed and held it for a while. Last town I'll ever leave, Lord, I felt it in a mile. The last town I'll ever leave, I can feel it in my chest. The last town I'll ever leave, rolling's done, I need to rest. Not the tired kind, the settled kind, the man finds when he's through. The last town I'll ever leave, Lord, I think it might be you. I think this might be you. I unpacked my bags first time in longer than I'll say. Left the truck keys on the counter in a regular kind of way. Not as an exit, as an arrival. Lord, what a different feel. The last town I'll ever leave, this is finally real. Something here caught the tumbleweed and held it for a while. The last town I'll ever leave, Lord, I felt it in the mile. The last town I'll ever leave, I can feel it in my chest. The last town I'll ever leave, rolling's done, I need to rest. Not the tired kind, the settled kind, a man finds when he's through. The last town I'll ever leave, Lord, I think it might be you. I think this might be you. I called my mama first time in too long to mention on the phone. Said, I think I found it. She said, son, I know. Said, I've been praying for that town to come along for years. The last town I'll ever leave, Lord, she cried those tears. The last town I'll ever leave, I can feel it in my chest. The last town I'll ever leave, rolling's done, I need to rest. Not the tired kind, the settled kind, a man finds when he's through. The last town I'll ever leave, Lord, I think it might be you. I hung the keys up on the wall and left them where they'll stay. The last town I'll ever leave, Lord, I found my place. I think this might be you. The last town, Lord, I finally found my place. I planted a garden, Lord, that's a thing I never thought I'd say. Bought a tool from the hardware man and put it in the stake. The neighbor came and introduced himself. I told him my whole name. Roots at last, and nothing is the same. 40 years of rolling and I'd forgotten what it felt like to plant. Roots at last, the tumbleweed has found what tumbleweeds can. Roots at last, Lord, I'm finally here. Roots at last, after all those miles and years. The ground beneath my feet is the ground I'm gonna keep. Roots at last, Lord, I'm finally deep. I'm finally going deep. I fixed a fence post on a Tuesday in the rain just because it needed right. I went to the same store twice in the same week. Lord, what a night. The woman says good morning from her yard across the way. Roots at last, Lord, I wanna stay. 40 years of rolling and I'd forgotten what it felt like to plant. Roots at last, the tumbleweed has found what tumbleweeds can't. Roots at last, Lord, I'm finally here. Roots at last, after all those miles and years. The ground beneath my feet is the ground I'm gonna keep. Roots at last, Lord, I'm finally deep. I'm finally going deep. To every tumbleweed still rolling, Lord, I know your name. I was you for 40 years until the ground that I became. Acquainted in the way the tree and the soul get to know each other slow. Roots at last, don't be afraid to go. Roots at last, Lord, I'm finally here. Roots at last, after all those miles and years. The ground beneath my feet is the ground I'm gonna keep. Roots at last, Lord, I'm finally deep. The garden's growing, the neighbor knows my name. The keys are on the wall. Roots at last, I finally answered the call. I'm finally going deep. Roots at last, Lord, I finally heard the call.